You've watched them run the bandoleros, work at their granddad's shop, hang out. They're in a million pictures in Victory Lane with Dale Earnhardt Sr. You know, they have had the opportunity presented to them to be race car drivers, whether it's in the truck series, whether it's in the Xfinity series, whether it's at the Cup level. It's going to depend on what they do with those opportunities. I think Austin has done a tremendous job. I think Ty winning at Indy last year, my goodness, what a tremendous job he's done. These guys are superstars, are stars of the future in our sport, and they came that way through a family business. And I will say, nothing wrong with a family business, okay? I got put in that position, but you've got to make something happen when you get there. Dale was in that position. You've got to make something happen when you get there, and I think they're both doing a great job.
Yeah, you just have to continue to work hard.
Yes.
When you say this, it's presented to them, but they have to do the job, and they have worked, and they paid their dues to be here and be a part of it. One thing I want to say about last year, that was so exciting to watch Ty Dillon beat Kyle Busch. He passes Kyle Busch at the Brickyard for his first Xfinity Series victory. It doesn't get any better than that to me.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a big race, that's like beating Dale Jarrett at Daytona, okay? Because he's won Daytona so many times. You beat the best in the business at Daytona at that time. We've seen that Kyle Busch is on the pole today, three poles up here when you look at it. So you beat the best at Indianapolis when you beat Kyle Busch up here.
Well, we know a lot of people who follow racing know Ty Dillon, but if you don't, here's a look.
I'm Ty Dillon, and I'm 23 years old.
Now this is Dad. That's the break. Hey.
I think my whole life I never really treated Austin like he was 2 years older than me. I always felt like he was the same age. So even though I was 2 years younger.
It rushed Ty along being born as close as he was because he wanted to do everything Austin was doing. And actually he was about the same size growing up, so everybody thought that they were twins.
I think from a young age we always competed at everything and pushed each other to the limits a lot, and still do. And we're always trying to outdo the other one, but it seems to make us pretty good at everything we do.
Ty Dillon is the champion, 2011 the ARCA Racing Series.
And I think the smile on Austin's face says it all.
2011 NASCAR Camping World Series champion.
We're seen as kind of the country boys, I guess, but you know, this is just how we've always been our whole life. So I think it's just a part that we've never really changed from who we were when we were born and who we were raised to be. As a little kid, I was definitely shy and a little more quiet than my brother, but I was always getting into things. I was the messy one that was always playing in the dirt.
He was a fullback and a linebacker, and used to love to hit somebody.
And he wasn't always the biggest kid back then. He's bigger now, but he'd pick some of the big guys and just drill them.
I played Pop Warner, played a little bit in high school. I was really good until everybody outgrew me, and that's when I knew it was time to get in a race car and try something else out.
Ty was the one that started it. He made the call, and we went out and bought him a couple of bandoleros and went right over to Charlotte and tested, and the more they ran, the better they got.
It'll be win number 7 in his career in just 14 starts.
Me and Austin are different. I think our demeanors and attitudes swap when we get in the race car. Austin's really smooth and really consistent. I've been able to do that too, but I think I'm a person that can really make things happen and be really aggressive at times and get myself to the lead.
Kyle Busch only a 1/10 of a second in front of Ty Dillon, and here comes Dillon working to the inside for the lead. Ty Dillon takes it away from Kyle Busch.
If I was looking at the two and saying, okay, who does Austin remind you of, I'd say David Pearson's style of driving, and then I'd turn around and pick Ty as Cale, because Cale, he was just on the mat all the time.
You know, Cale Yarborough is a tough guy. I've been a part of some instances with other drivers.
They make contact! Elliott spins the 3!
And there's been some heated times.
Around goes Harvick! Around goes Ty Dillon!
I think by the end of the day, I think everybody knows where I stand.
See Kevin Harvick and Ty Dillon.
And I'm not going to be pushed around.
The 3 is trying to get that 14 turned around. Get the bad end.
And I'll race people the same way they race me, and whether that's with respect or aggressiveness. There's always, you know, pressure from the outside, from people seeing you as Jess Richards' grandkids getting an opportunity to race, but nobody's going to put more pressure on me than myself to go out and perform. I want this more than anything.
Ty Dillon leading Kyle Busch. Does he have enough fuel to make it? Can he win at Indianapolis?
think the biggest moment so far in my career is my win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
He's going to make it. His first NASCAR Nationwide Series win at the Brickyard for Ty Dillon.
I love you, boys! It was my first Xfinity win. My family was there, my wife was there. And being able to kiss the bricks, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Ty Dillon starts 9th today. Moments away from racing at the Brickyard, this is a huge opportunity race, not just for points, but for a story a driver can tell for the rest of his life. More to come. Xfinity Series racing almost about to begin. These drivers wouldn't normally get an opportunity to kiss the bricks. The series started racing at this track in 2012. Kyle, who do you like today?
Daniel Suarez. His mom's come to visit. I think he should send her home kissing the bricks.
And Dale, it's a tradition you started back in 1996. Has a kiss dirt ever tasted so good?
Oh, never tasted so good, but I'm going to tell you the one person that's going to be in victory lane today, that's going to be Joe Gibbs. I don't know which one of his 3 drivers we've been with.
Good pick.
It isn't just a race, it's a date with destiny. Rick, Jeff, and Steve bring you racing when we return.
Today, the NASCAR Xfinity Series is at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Lilly Diabetes 250. 23-year-old Ty Dillon won this race a year ago. He starts 9th today. And the pole sitter is Kyle Busch, who won this race 2 years ago. We're set for 100 laps of racing at the legendary Brickyard. Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Allen alongside the mayor, Jeff Burton, and crew chief Steve Letarte. First, I want to start with you, Jeff. Should these drivers think it's a privilege to be able to race at Indianapolis?
No question. This is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's perhaps the most famous racetrack in all the world. So to have an opportunity to race here, it is a privilege and it is an honor. So these guys are coming here, and this is only the 4th time this series has been at this racetrack. And not only do they get to race at this racetrack, they get to do it against the best stock car drivers in the world. So in order to get a win here today, they're going to have to beat Kevin Harvick. They're going to have to beat the defending champion. So it's an honor to be here. It's an even more honor to be able to do it against a class of field they're racing against.
Well, and not only are they on an iconic racetrack, but now they have a new race package that they have to deal with. What is that unknown that these drivers face?
Yeah, to try to promote more overtaking at this racetrack, NASCAR brought a high drag package here. They've extended the rear spoiler to make it 2 inches taller all the way across, and they've extended the rear fascia closer to the ground. The goal is to have roughly the same downforce, but have an unbelievable amount more drag to promote passing from the guy in second. Now, we saw in practice, Roush Fenway Racing, among other teams, went out and tried to run in pairs or in threes to see how this would affect in the aerodynamic situations. You see here, they're trying to run together. They're trying to see if their car will handle well. They're trying to get a draft down the straightaways. They did a great job of swapping positions and putting themselves in different positions, but that's with 3 cars. Here today, we're going to drop the green on 40 cars. Right. And I look at Darrell Wallace Jr. starting 23rd. I'm a little nervous and a little excited to see how his car drives when he rolls off into turn 1 for the first time.
Jeff, as a driver, you have a higher drag package, meaning that they want the cars to be able to suck up to the car in front of them. What are they going to experience when they enter turn number 1?
Well, that's a big concern. You have this high drag, which means less air on your car. How is your car going to drive when you enter turn 1? You haven't done this. 40 cars on the racetrack at the same time. First time you've done it, I'd be a little nervous. It's exciting at the same time, though, but I would be a little nervous.
That's what we're looking forward to, the start of this one. 40 cars rocketing into turn number 1 with that great unknown. It's time for our pre-race ceremonies. Let's go trackside.
All right, race fans, here we go. Please welcome Chaplain George Davis of the Carmel Police Department for today's invocation.
Merciful God, we thank you for our way of life that affords us today's competition. We also thank you for all who would keep us safe at home and abroad. Remind us, too, of our spiritual life, that we may come to trust your grace in all things. We pray your blessing on the drivers, crews, workers, and fans, that they may enjoy a safe and exciting race. Amen.
Fans, please remain standing and welcome Kathy Seago for the singing of our national anthem.
When you're in motorsports, it might be the biggest venue to go to where you want to get the win. And a year ago, it was Ty Dillon who was able to kiss the bricks here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What would it mean for a young driver like maybe a Chase Elliott to get that win here at Indianapolis?
Well, winning here is a special thing. If you look at the winners here, there aren't any fluke winners. There's guys that can go fast, make lap time really fast through the corners. So it kind of puts you in a group of people that are winners, period. Mears, Andretti, Unser. Think about the winners that have been here.
Yeah, someone here in 100 laps is going to be first back to the most iconic yard of bricks in the history of motorsports. It goes on the resume forever if you're a winner at the Brickyard.
Could it be Chris Buescher? He'll have to get by that man. Kyle Busch will bring the field to the green flag. Coming up next, they'll fire the engines here at the Brickyard.
Here, at this track in central Indiana, the history goes back more than 100 years. Here, the boldest names in auto racing have produced moments that defined their careers and made the Indianapolis Motor Speedway hallowed ground. Today's field includes some of NASCAR's top stars and rising racers like XFINITY point leader Chris Buescher.
Chris Buescher, checkered flag, gonna win it today at Iowa. Awesome! Checkered flag in the air, Chris Buescher, second win of the year, comes at the Monster Mile.
Defending series champion Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott is gonna become a series champion.
Who was only 6 when his dad Bill won at the Brickyard. And last year's winner, Ty Dillon.
His first NASCAR win at the Brickyard for Ty Dillon.
It's time to find out which of these daring drivers will make their mark today. It's time to race again at the Brickyard.
Such an historic facility here in central Indiana as we get ready to race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Lilly Diabetes 250 for the NASCAR XFINITY Series. Drivers are strapped in, ready to go. Guys like Daniel Suarez still looking for that first win. Could it come at Indianapolis Motor Speedway? We're about to find out. It's time to fire the engines. Let's go trackside for today's command.
All right, race fans, time now for the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Carol Dixon and Steve Ulrich from the American Diabetes Association.
Drivers, start your engines.
Copy down there. Alright, fired up down there. Fired up when you're ready. Car, you got me. Fired up, everybody. Yeah.
Team's able to give final words of encouragement before they put the window nets up. And it's 40 drivers battling against each other to find out who can get to the checkered flag first. That's coming up next. NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Lilly Diabetes and by XFINITY, the future of awesome, and by Toyota. Let's go places.
These fans at Indianapolis are all on their feet.
It's a special place to go to. I think every guy in NASCAR, they want to win that.
His first NASCAR win at the Brickyard for Ty Dillon.
And welcome back to one of the greatest sports cities in America, Indianapolis. We are at Speedway, Indiana, getting ready to get underway. Let's take a look at today's starting grid, brought to you by Eli Lilly. On the front row, teammates Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez. It's the third straight pole for Kyle Busch here at Indy.
Starting third in his first race here in Indy is Eric Jones.
With his second best start of the season, starting sixth, Elliott Sadler.
Back in 2013, he was the runner-up at this race. Brian Scott starts seventh.
Last year's race winner here, Ty Dillon, starting in ninth.
Our Xfinity points leader, Chris Buescher, will roll off 12th, also eligible for the Dash for Cash.
In row 7, it's a couple teammates, both looking to end long winless streaks.
Starting in 16th, and his worst start in nearly 2 years is Kevin Harvick.
J.J. Yaley with his best start at Indianapolis will roll off 17th.
Also his best Indy start in just his 3rd race is Landon Castle, starting 19th.
And our winner from Daytona, the season opener, is Ryan Reed, starting 22nd.
Inside row 12, Darrell Wallace Jr. in his first ever run at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Also making his first run at Indy Motor Speedway in the Xfinity Series, Kill Conley starts 25th.
In row 14, we have David Starr and B.J. McLeod.
How about a whole row of first-timer? Harrison Rhodes, Ross Chastain.
Back in row 16, Stan Barrett went from being in the movies as a stunt driver and now a race car driver.
And another driver with his first race here at Indy is Peyton Sellers in 34th.
Jeff Green will roll off 35th. He was our 2000 Xfinity champion.
Back in row 19, starting 37th, Joey Gates with his 2nd Indy start.
And the last and final row is Josh Rayom and Mike Harmon.
Plenty of great pictures for you from this race. Also, we'll ride along with a few. One of those being Ryan Reed. He'll carry the Eli Lilly onboard camera starting 22nd. The 60 of point leader Chris Buescher has the Xfinity onboard camera. He'll start 12th. Kyle Larson in the 42 has the Chevy onboard, starting in the 10th position. And in row 2, Eric Jones in the 20 has the Toyota in-car camera. Let's talk with the driver of the 16 Eli Lilly Ford Fusion, Ryan Reed.
Hey Ryan, it's Jeff Burton in the NBC Sports booth. You with us?
No.
Ryan, it's Jeff Burton in the NBC booth. You with us?
Yeah, loud and clear, buddy.
All right, bud. New rule package today. What are you expecting out of today's race?
Well, I think that clean air is going to be important, like always. You know, we've been struggling a little bit this weekend, but I feel like the guys made good adjustments overnight. They got the balance a lot better, which I think is going to be really important. You know, you're going to have to be able to turn underneath people and get good runs. And then obviously draft with this bigger spoiler, it's just going to be huge. So you got to be able to get off of 2 and 4 good, and that's where you're going to get most of your passing done. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be an exciting race and something that's different for all of us.
All right, well, Ryan, this is the Lilly Diabetes 250, and as a diabetic, are there any different preparations that you have to take before a race?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, after being diagnosed, it changed things quite a bit for me. So if you look over here, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but on my dash, I actually have a monitor, and it tells me my blood sugar throughout the entire race, and it's all wireless. I have a sensor in my stomach. It's called a Dexcom. My blood sugar right now is at 102, and that's perfect. That's right where I want to start. You can actually see this hose right here hanging out of the front of my helmet, and that's the drink that's high in glucose, and that's to prevent or treat a low blood sugar. And then you guys probably can't see this, but down here on the leg of my fire suit, I have a bullseye. And if my blood sugar gets too high, there's a guy trying to my picture to actually give me an insulin injection. So it's a little bit different than what most people have inside the race car, but we're prepared for any event.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for that explanation. I hope you have good luck today.
Jeff.
One impressive young man there, and Ryan Reed racing with diabetes. All right, let's go to pit road for the storylines. We start with Marty Snyder.
Well, Rick, this is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Most drivers in the field will talk to you about the reverence they have for these hallowed grounds. Not so much Daniel Suarez. Growing up in Monterrey, Mexico, he had never heard of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway until 5 years ago. That's when he moved to the United States. The first time he ever saw this racetrack, yesterday. But on the heels of back-to-back top fives and qualifying second, many people in the garage area think today might be the day for Daniel Suarez to get his first ever Xfinity Series win. It's going to be fun to watch Suarez try and steal it away from his teammate Kyle Busch. Kelly Stavis.
Well, Marty, this will also be the first ever race here at the Brickyard for Eric Jones, and the significance of being here is not lost on him. He told me he's waited his entire life to be here, and turning the first laps was pretty cool. Well, it doesn't seem to matter if he's new to a track or not. This kid is just plain good. He already has a pair of wins this season, and helping him out this weekend, he has perhaps the best mentor in the Xfinity garage, his teammate, the pole sitter, Kyle Busch, and he'll be starting third today, Mike.
Well, Brian Scott has made 192 career starts in the Xfinity Series, but so far none have ended in victory lane. Perhaps, though, none of those races have been more frustrating or more painful than the one here in 2013 when he finished second. He gave up the lead with just 3 laps remaining. That memory is still fresh today and serves as motivation as he seeks to break down the brick wall that has prevented him from getting to victory lane and end today by kissing the bricks here on start-finish. Dave Burns.
Mike, in Countdown to Green, we reintroduced everyone to Ty Dillon, the grandson that Richard Childress calls Cale Yarbrough-like. Well, Ty has had to be mentally tough this weekend. He started practice with a blown motor, missed nearly 90 minutes of practice with no testing. That's very tough on these drivers. He had to just sit around. Drivers hate just sitting around, but his attitude has been good. Their final practice was good, and Ty hopes to do what he really does well here, again, win at the Brickyard. Rick?
Nothing like celebrating at the Brickyard. Let's take a look at the track facts for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 2.5 miles in length. The banking in the corners, and there are 4 individual corners here, 9 degrees. The straights are flat. The front stretch and back stretch, very long, 3,300 feet. As we look at the race facts, 100 laps, 250 miles. Pit road speed, 55 miles per hour. That's what you travel on any highway around the country. And the fuel window, 34 to 37 laps, Steve.
Yeah, with a 100-lap race, most guys here can easily run 33 laps on fuel. So if it did go green or they're fighting for track position, they can do this in a minimum of 2 stops.
100 laps, only 250 miles, Jeff, up on the wheel from the very drop the green flag.
Yeah, 100 laps is pretty short. You can't afford many mistakes. If you make a mistake early, it's going to be hard to recover.
Yeah, we talked about it at the top of the show. They went out, they've practiced 2 or 3 cars at a time. This is going to be 40 cars going into turn 1 with this new high drag package.
And the field, 2 by 2, 20 rows deep, 40 cars about to get underway from the Brickyard. Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, green flag in the air, we're underway. Kyle Busch in front as they go down the backstretch. Daniel Suarez lost a spot. Eric Jones. Jones moves up to second. Daniel Suarez back to third. Two by two as they go through turn 4.
You got to be careful 2 by 2 on the straightaways. Leaving the corner 2 by 2, I think it presented an opportunity for a huge draft. He got back in line. I think that was a smart move.
There's Brian Scott in the 2 back behind. Let's see if he's able to utilize any of that draft as they go into turn number 1.
He wasn't, but the 42 of Kyle Larson was. He had a great pull off turn 4, got a good run. We talked about that high drag package. Well, that's what it's going to present, an opportunity for a draft. If you get a run off the corner, you should hopefully be able to draft up and complete the pass down the straightaway.
Chase Elliott 9, Napa Blue number 9, defending series champion. Brendan Gaughan in the 62. Elliott Sadler in the 1 behind him. Here comes Daniel Suarez now on the back bumper of Eric Jones. Kyle Busch has about a 4/10 of a second lead over second place Eric Jones. We'll see if the high drag package helps Daniel Suarez as he closes the gap on Eric Jones for that second spot.
I think the high drag package is going to help guys like this where there's 3 cars, because I think the car in the middle is going to have a draft from the car in the back. As you see right here, there's enough separation where I don't think there's a lot of help for the car in second. And there's nobody helping Suarez in third. There's not a car in 4, so there's nobody to help him take air off his spoiler. So I think the bigger benefit's going to come when the cars are packed closer together.
And this pack of 3 led by Brendan Gaughan in the South Point 62. Elliott Sadler just behind him.
Brendan missed his line.
Paul Menard did a great job there, though. Saw an opportunity. Elliott Sadler got a little high getting into turn 3. He did a great job of backing the corner up, getting right to the bottom, and taking him in that position.
Took that spot away from the 1 of Elliott Sadler. Marty.
And it's going to be very situational, Rick. When you can make passes. Brett Griffin is Elliott Sadler's spotter. You see Elliott back in the 6th position, and you see him peek that nose out underneath Paul Menard, trying to get around him. A moment ago, he had a huge run on Brendan Gaughan and still couldn't pull the pass off. Brett told him, that's what I saw in practice on the Cup Series side as well. You've got to have the perfect run. You've got to make the move at the perfect time in order to pull off the pass at the very end of the backstretch. Jeff, that's got to be frustrating behind the wheel because everything's got to go right to get around the guy in front of you.
Yeah, that's right. And Brett Griffith is one of the best spotters on the stand. He pays attention to every practice and every race and does a great job of giving that information to his driver. If the spotter can help you and he can teach you without you having to learn the hard way, that's an advantage. And that's what Brett was doing with Elliott, trying to give him that information so he didn't have to make a mistake.
Yeah, and on board here with Eric Jones in the 20, looking back at Daniel Suarez, his teammate in the 18. What you're going to see here is Suarez gains on Jones going down in the straightaway, but not close enough to make the pass. But we can talk about the draft all we want. You still have to have a good handling race car that Daniel Suarez right here has. You saw that not only did he get a run up to the 20, but his car handled well enough behind him that he could turn to the bottom and get a great run through turn 1, complete the pass through turn 2, now pulling away on the backstretch.
And the advantage in getting close to him, he didn't make the pass on the straightaway, but he got close to him getting in the corner, and that disrupted the air on the 20 of Eric Jones. So that's what helped him make the pass, was that draft pulled him up, then he turned left, took the air off of Eric Jones's car. Eric Jones missed the bottom. Suarez took the spot.
Daniel Suarez, second fastest in qualifying earlier today. The top 3 are the way they qualified. Kyle Busch trying to check out on the field. Joe Gibbs Racing, 1, 2, 3 at Indy. Today's aerial coverage provided by our partners at Smithfield Foods. If you're looking for NBCSN in your area for tomorrow's Sprint Cup Series race, go to NBCsports.com/racefinder. All you have to do is enter your zip code and choose your provider. Still out front from Indy, Kyle Busch, but Daniel Suarez has been able to close that gap. It's down to less than half a second between the 54 and the 18 of Daniel Suarez.
This is what we talked about when the show started. Here's a young driver in Daniel that's having his first start here at Indy. He's racing against Kyle Busch, one of the best drivers in the Xfinity Series. He's racing at the most historic racetrack in the world, and he has a chance to beat Kyle Busch. I mean, that's what today is all about, mixing these younger drivers and older drivers together on the same racetrack. That's the essence of what the Xfinity Series is.
And we talk about how big and vast this racetrack is. Even lapping cars here can be tight. We're going to see Kyle Busch here getting a big run on the 40 coming off the corner, and the 40 doesn't realize he's out there. He's coming up. Kyle is committed. He barely contacts the 54. You see the 54 is disappointed with him. He hoped he had more room. That allowed Daniel Suarez to reel into about 3 car lengths back.
Now that he has a clean racetrack in front of him, Kyle Busch has put a little more distance between himself and Daniel Suarez.
So Kyle got loose getting in the corner. He missed the bottom. Suarez beat him through turn 1. And this is where this package, if it's going to work, this would be a good place. He doesn't have any help, but it looks like Suarez is a little better in the corner. Now he should be able to maybe pull up just a little bit. Even if he doesn't get all the way to his bumper, if he can just get close enough to take the air off his spoiler getting in the corner, then it would be advantage Daniel.
And Marty, this is becoming a trend with this 18. Daniel Suarez, very impressive once again.
Rick, this kid has been so good, especially over the last few weeks. You saw the stats a moment ago. A 4th at Kentucky, his first career top 5. He backed that up with a top 5 the next week, last week at New Hampshire. Oh, and dicey there as they go around the lap car. Kyle Busch will hold on to the lead there, although Suarez is going to try and take it here, Rick.
Back to the inside goes Daniel Suarez. It's a drag race down the front stretch. Suarez takes the lead in Indy. And that's how you have to do it around the lap cars.
Really nice work. Eyes out front.
It's so hard when you catch a lap car at the wrong part of this racetrack. You know, he caught him in turn 4. What are you going to do? I mean, there's nowhere else to go but try to go around him. So the timing of that was all wrong. You can see right here, the 54 is catching a lap car. He wants to go on the bottom, but that's right in the middle of the corner. He does go on the bottom, but to get there, he has to go so slow to make it happen. That's just catching the lap car at the wrong time. I don't know that Kyle Busch could have really done anything different except maybe go to the outside, but we just saw him go to the outside of a lap car, and he got to run into the wall. So he did the right thing by going to the inside, but the momentum was lost because of where he caught him in turn 4.
Tried to move back in front of the 18. The 18 had the momentum and has been able to take the lead away. Stopped on the track, the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. We were expecting big things out of Darrell Wallace Jr. today, and he brings out the first caution. Bubba was running 23rd.
If you can stay out, but don't tear it up if you don't have to.
Sounds like a tire issue if they're worried about tearing up the car. The right front looks down. On tracks larger than a mile, they run an inner liner, so if the tire does go down, there's another tire inside there that will keep the car up. So the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. brings out the caution, the first caution of the day, which means we're going to have a very interesting restart. See all the way back coming out of 2.
Yeah, Darrell Wallace just comes off turn 2 and he pulls to the bottom of the racetrack. It seems he knows he has a problem. He must have felt it, the tire coming apart, hitting against the fender and the hood. He pulls over and stops, probably trying to figure out exactly what the issue is.
Interesting to see if NASCAR actually penalizes him from stopping on the racetrack and causing the caution versus coming in the pits. I'm not saying he did anything wrong, but NASCAR may decide that he actually stopped on a racetrack to intentionally cause the caution. If he did, there'll be a penalty.
BJ McLeod slow, trying to get back to pit road. And a lot of times drivers use the starter. When it's not moving very fast, you'll see him use the starter to move around the track. That looked like it fired back up, though, and he was under power. So Daniel Suarez with an interesting pass on Kyle Busch. They were going around a lapped car. Has taken the lead. Now on the initial start of this race, Kyle Busch chose the inside line. Daniel Suarez started on the outside. Is that the preferred line on these restarts?
Yeah, I think you have to choose the inside. You have to make somebody beat you on the outside and prove that'll work. The inside's always been the preferred line. You know, Problem is you got Kyle Busch, starting next to you. So, giving him either line is not going to be good because he's so good on restarts. But if I was Suarez, I'd take the bottle.
One of the best in the sport. Get the ultimate pass to every moment of today's race with Race Buddy. Ride along with different drivers through multiple HD video feeds and follow the action with a live leaderboard. You can tune in at NASCAR.com/Race Buddy.
And this is the difficult part, especially about Xfinity racing, is with only 13 laps run, you're almost halfway through a fuel stop. You don't really need tires. Nobody wants to come in and take tires, but your fuel's almost 50% gone. So it'll be interesting to see if these leaders feel that they have to give themselves the opportunity to run longer, come down and get gas at this point.
The first with that opportunity will be Daniel Suarez. He's cheating onto pit road. Let's see if he gets through the cone. He does. Kyle Busch is going to stay out. So Kyle Busch decides to stay on the racetrack. And Daniel Suarez leads the lead lap cars onto pit road. Marty?
And 6 cars stayed out, Rick, so it's going to be interesting to see what these guys do here. I believe the call for Daniel Suarez will be left side tires, actually only left sides only for Daniel Suarez, so left side Goodyears and Sunoco fuel just to get him into that next fuel window if they can. They can run about 34 laps here on fuel, Kelly.
Eric Jones in his debut here at the Brickyard said he started out about a 3 loose, especially in traffic. Now saying it's up to a 4 to 5 loose, especially in center and on exit. The call was for 2 left side tires and an air pressure adjustment for the 20.
Race off pit road goes to Daniel Suarez. Then Brendan Gaughan with an impressive stop. Comes out second. And Eric Jones third. We will reset the field when we come back. Get news, results, and highlights delivered to your inbox. Subscribe to the free official NASCAR newsletter at NASCAR.com/newsletter so that we can give you as much green flag racing as possible. We're going to slip away, get another commercial break out of the way. We'll be back for the restart. Welcome back to the Brickyard. It will be Kyle Busch and Paul Menard that will make up row number 1 as we get ready for the restart. They stayed out on the track. Ty Dillon also staying out. Daniel Suarez, the first that came onto pit road and back out onto the track, will restart 4th. He's the second car on the outside behind Paul Menard. We come to the yard of bricks. We're back to racing. Time side by side into turn number 1 for the lead. Contact made. Kyle Busch slid up the racetrack. Paul Menard racing hard as they go into 2.
I'm impressed by the job Paul Menard's able to do running the outside lane. You think Indianapolis is a very tough single groove racetrack, but Paul is doing a great job running the second lane, trying to pin the 54 down, where now we're going to see a little drafting help from the 3 of Ty Dillon.
They're side by side into turn number 3. Still racing for the lead. Menard with the advantage. Kyle Busch slides up behind him. Paul Menard leading at Indianapolis.
You're exactly right, Steve. If you had to make the outside work on the restart, I thought when he got out of turn 2 and he was still side by side, he was done. Because that meant he had to beat him in 3. And I didn't think he could beat him in 3 side by side, but he made it happen. Great job.
Another side by side for 4th. Here comes Daniel Suarez. Gets back by the 62 of Brendan Gaughan.
It's going to be really interesting to see how much those tires help the speed. In the Cup Series, we saw a lot of fall off with speed. So it's the same tire for each garage. So it'll be interesting to see if the 2 tires help. Obviously, right now, it didn't hurt him.
And very unique, they took left side tires. Normally, when you talk about or 2 tires on a pit stop, you put right side tires on. But Eric Phillips decides to take left side tires. I think that's a strategy move, leaving himself open later in the race or in a short run. He can then just take rights.
Eric Phillips, the crew chief for the 18 of Daniel Suarez. 1 and 2 very tight as we see Elliott Sadler in the 1 outside the groove. And the 42 of Kyle Larson trying to move to the inside and take that position away. There's Ryan Blaney as well in the 22.
And you see the 42 of Kyle Larson move down and then move down and then move down some more to continue to try to block that run of Brad Keselowski in the 22.
Ryan Blaney actually behind the wheel.
Excuse me, Ryan Blaney.
Yep. As he looks to the inside of Kyle Larson, trying to take that position away.
It's bad when you can't tell if it's Ryan Blaney or Brad Keselowski. That's really a compliment to Ryan Blaney. He runs so well in this car that he looks like a Cup veteran.
Chasing down Kyle Larson for the 7th spot.
That's a great look, Jeff. You mentioned earlier during qualifying about the concrete at the bottom of these corners. You see just out right there, the 22 gets the left front all the way down to that concrete strip.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be that far down. I think when you hit the left sides that much, it unloads the car, takes wedge out of the car, gets the left front jacked up in the air. I think you want to try to be right on the asphalt, right at the concrete, but not on top of the concrete.
Side-by-side action as they go across the start-finish line. The 8 of Blake Cook.
Darrell Wallace trying to fight his way back up through the pack. Showing 1 lap down.
Darrell Wallace had a tire issue, the reason for the first and only caution.
That puts Darrell Wallace the first car lap down, so if the caution were to come out, that would get him back in the lead lap. That's an important pass. You got to hope you get the caution to try to get yourself back in this race. And with an early pit stop, there's some different strategies going on. So if he could get that caution, he could be right back in it with a shot to win.
You see Paul Menard out in front. Right behind him is Kyle Busch. Those 2 stayed out on the racetrack, but it might not have been intentional, or they might not have had that planned. Here was the radio communication right after the 54 went by the entrance to pit road.
When did anybody say we were going to pit if you wanted to pit?
Did you say to pit, Gale? I never heard you.
10-4, yes. That's 2 weeks in a row we ourselves on pit road. How about we stop being so secretive until we figure out our chemistry?
10-4, bud. I agree. It wasn't being secretive, but problem no matter what.
So as he mentioned, back-to-back issues with pit road communication not going well between driver and crew chief.
Yeah, I scan all kinds of teams, and I hear these teams with these crazy calls to explain 2 tires or 4 tires and these secret codes. That all seems good on paper, but basics blocking and tackling. That's what I tell everybody all the time. If you want to be good in sports, you got to work on the basics. And basics between a driver and a crew chief is when pit road opens, what do you need on your chassis, and are we or are we not pitting? And sometimes when you make things more complicated, it doesn't work out. Simple is sometimes the better way.
So a frustrated Kyle Busch running second to Paul Menard.
The other thing is, this is a huge racetrack. You have a lot of time to discuss between the driver and the crew chief.
Oh, into the wall goes the 8 of Blake Cook. Also involved the 44 of David Starr. A lot of damage to the back end of the 8 of Cook.
Yeah, I'm all right. Sorry.
The two cars were running 23rd and 24th. There's David Starr into the tire barriers. We saw a lot of damage to the 8 of Blake Cook, a lot of driver's side damage, and to the rear end of that car.
So they know you're okay.
And he did. See if David Starr is able to pull away from that tire barrier. Let's look back on this and see how it happened.
These two guys fighting for the spot, getting into turn one. You saw them make a little bit of contact, and then the 8 was on the bottom. You know, that's a compromising position because you have all the air sucked off your car, kind of pulls you around, but there was contact before it ever started getting loose.
Yeah, Blake Cook turned to the bottom of David Starr in the 44, and it looks like he just got free on entry. The 44 felt it or realized it. He raced up the racetrack. You see the 44, David Starr, he's trying to abort. He's up 3 lanes trying to give the 8 some room, but the 8 just spins around, comes up the track too quickly, catching both cars.
One thing that might be good for the 44 of David Starr is it didn't look like he hit the outside wall. He slid sideways into the tire barriers.
You can see he's still on the gas right there, trying to get the car turning back to the right. Probably would have been better off just locking it down at that point. You know, once he knew he wasn't going to hit the outside wall rather, it's best just to lock it down. That carried him a little bit more speed than he really wanted. That got him down here, and then he gets on the grass and ultimately gets into the tire barriers.
3,400-pound car into tire barriers. You're going to move them. Tow truck backs up to the 44 of David Starr. They will get him back to pit road. That looks like terminal for the 8 of Blake Cook. We'll be back for the Indy. Welcome back to NASCAR Xfinity Series Lilly Diabetes 250, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Under our second caution, you can watch a live stream of every Xfinity Series race with NBC Sports Live Extra, available on your laptop, tablets, smartphones, and connected TVs. NBC Sports Live Extra brings you closer to every race. And once again, to make sure you see all the green flag laps here at Indy, we're going to slip away and get another break out of the way. Premier Boxing Champions is in primetime on NBCSN. Bebut Shumanov faces veteran contender BJ Flores in Las Vegas. Premier Boxing Champions tonight. That's 9 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN. Pit road is open, and earlier we saw Kyle Busch and the 54 team have a mistake and not come to pit road. Will they have to come to pit road now that we've gone 26 laps?
Yeah, I feel they're going to have to, Rick. They're
We will pit. We will pit.
They're going to say it twice this time. Repeat themselves. We will pit. That's a great way. You don't want to have the same problem again. So I expect really everyone to come down pit road and get some fuel. At least the top 5 or 6 cars. We'll see if the guys that pitted before will have to join them.
Ty Dillon looks to be staying out. Paul Menard leading the field onto pit road. Marty.
Daniel Suarez will come down pit road. We expect fuel only. They have given him the command, do not slide your tires. Be careful with that. A lot of other guys in the top 10 will pit as well, including Elliott Sadler, who said his car was, quote, a 10 out of 10 tight for Elliott Sadler. Well, a lot of these guys will be fuel only, but some will take tires here. Dave?
Marty, one of them will be Paul Menard. He'll take 4 fresh tires for the car he called horrible loose in and tight off, even though he's leading. 4 tires from Goodyear and Sunoco Fuel. Kelly?
Up here at the 54 of Kyle Busch making his first pit stop. It's going to be 4 tires for Kyle, who says that he's loose all the way around the track. A wedge adjustment to help him tighten up the 54, and he's off.
Kyle Busch had the #1 pit stall after winning the pole. Daniel Suarez makes up 2 spots, comes off pit road first. Eric Jones, Chris Buescher, Ryan Blaney, Elliott Sadler, top 5 off pit road. NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Lilly Diabetes and by XFINITY, the future of awesome. Once again, pit road was open. This time the 54 came to pit road, but still there might be some dissension between driver and crew chief. Here's what they had to say on the radio.
You sure you want to give up all that track position and have to race in traffic? If we go green and we run a couple and then pit under green, wouldn't that just put us by ourselves out there in front of the leader? Trust me, dude. More are coming with us. We're all listening to them all. If we come, they're all going to come because we can all make it on one more stop.
Oh, decisions. So what Kyle Busch is saying there is, look, why do we want to pit here and go back in traffic? We can run a few more laps, pit under green, be on our own strategy, run it like a road course. Because at Indianapolis, the track is so large, if you pit from the lead, you don't lose a lap like you would at a Charlotte or at Atlanta or at Texas. So what Kyle Busch wants to do is remain the leader. Pit here in a few more laps. The three of Ty Dillon decided to stay out, and I think that's what their plan is. They must be expecting to run a few more laps and then hit pit road. Is that what you're hearing, Dave?
Steve, how about 10? I did check with Nick Harrison. He said they'll have to pit in about 10 laps, run it like a road course, come in under green, rejoin the field, and then stop one more time. It's all about the windows for the 3-car of Ty Dillon and his crew chief, Nick Harrison.
Well, you know, Dave, that sounds fine and all, but in my opinion, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, Chris Buescher, the guys that were on pit road at lap 27 are only 1 or 2 laps away from making it a one more stop. I think a couple yellows, and we're going to see these guys try to stretch it from here, which makes the Ty Dillon strategy and the Kyle Busch strategy not the strategy to be on.
Marty, what's happening with the 42?
Well, then you guys have guys like Kyle Larson who pitted at lap 14 but did not pit this last time. They don't think they can make it all the way. I did check with Eric Phillips, the crew chief for Daniel Suarez. He said, honestly, this puts us right on our number. No room for a green-white checker, and we do need a little bit of caution help, but it's going to be tight for those guys who just pitted, Steve, to make it to the very end of the race. But they think they can do it.
Marty, listen, I know it's tight, but this is the gamble you have to take. When we talk about fuel mileage, it isn't just the last run of the race. We're 71 laps to go. We've only completed 29 laps, and these crew chiefs are already vying for an opportunity to have track position, and they're going to do it with a fuel strategy and one more stop.
But we've also seen huge variances in the Xfinity Series and who gets good gas mileage and who gets poor fuel mileage. That could come into play as well.
We're also going to have to keep our eye on the 88 of Kevin Harvick. He came to pit road. Not exactly sure why. We'll check and find out for you, but he is mired way back in 30th position, and already he's won 2 Xfinity races in 2015. Ty Dillon on the outside, Kyle Larson on the inside. Ty Dillon on the inside, Kyle Larson on the outside. Ty Dillon restarts this one. Green flag back in the air. And a big push from Brendan Gaughan.
Kyle Larson hanging tough on the outside. We saw Paul Menard on the last restart make the outside work. The 42 of Kyle Larson is trying to do the same against the 62 of Brendan Gaughan.
He cleared it in the turn 2. He's not going to have to deal with him in turn 3. So good job again. That outside, you think about it not working 3 wide on the back straightaway, but it does work on restarts. Once you get up to speed, it's hard to make it work. But on restarts, you can use it to your advantage.
Hearing from pit road, the only reason the 88 came was just to top off and, Steve, maybe get into that fuel window that you talked about, only having to come one more time.
And like Jeff mentioned, we have seen some varieties in fuel windows on pit road, and the Chevrolets, especially the JRM Chevrolets, the Junior Motorsports Chevrolets, have seemed to be on the shorter side of most of these racetracks. Dave Ellens working a little strategy, put a little extra fuel in, try to give himself a cushion for the finish.
Strategy-wise with the 3 of Ty Dillon hasn't been as they're 3 wide going into turn 1. Kyle Busch on the move. Chris Buescher in the middle of 3 wide.
Great work by Daniel Suarez to keep his momentum, having to run on the bottom there 3 wide. Not only passed those 2 cars, but didn't bog the car down. He kept the RPMs up. He kept the momentum. That allowed him to move away as the 33 of Paul Menard caught him.
Chris Buescher going down the backstretch has a little bit of help from the 51. Jeremy Clements.
A lot of help. Jeremy backed off of him when they got to the corner and not push him through the corner. Obviously, you don't do that. That's just a good way to cause a wreck. So good job of helping each other down the straightaway drafting.
Brian Scott just in front of Chris Buescher. There's Chase Elliott on the outside of Ryan Reed. Chase Elliott in the 9, Ryan Reed in the 16.
And again, now that we're up to speed, that outside's not going to be where you want to go. So Chase Elliott's going to have a hard time holding that position.
Elliott Sadler tucked in behind the 54 of Kyle Busch. They made up a lot of momentum on that group in front of him. Now Kyle Busch looks to the inside, trying to take another position away. This time it's on the 0-1 of Landon Castle.
Yeah, what helps a guy like Kyle Busch is everyone knows his car is fast. So when he attempts to make a pass in turn 2 and comes off side by side, you see the 1 of Elliott Sadler behind him. He's going to follow the 54 when he kins. And that makes a big difference. We talk about the draft. Not only does it help the trailing car, but if Elliott Sadler gets out and pushes the 54, he can help him complete the pass.
The question I have, though, is out in front, we have Ty Dillon. Hasn't been to pit road. We've already completed 32 laps. When will they have to come to pit road to make sure they don't run out of fuel?
Well, that's the biggest concern you have right now. And you see a big move by Kyle Busch all the way to the bottom and go 3 wide.
He's going to take that position as he continues to work his way through the field. Eric Jones, teammate in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, my concern with Ty Dillon right now is I understand his strategy. He's going to run until he's can make it on fuel and then pit. But I think he's there. With 67 to go, he can make it on one more stop. They can't run to the end of their fuel window. They don't want to run out of gas because if a caution comes out right now, then they have to pit and everyone's going to stay out. So they need to pit as soon as they feel they're in a one-stop strategy. This race is completely from the checkered backwards. We are not racing from the front to the end. We're racing from the end to now, just like we do at a road course.
And with this track being as big as it is, he can pit with the lead, do 4 tires, put fuel on, and then hope the caution comes out. A lot of racetracks, you don't want the caution to come out because you'll be a lap down, but here, you want the caution to come out because you're not going to pit, and now you're leading the race. So that's the strategy they're playing. That's why you got to pit as soon as possible. The sooner you get on pit road, the more opportunity you have for a caution to come out.
There you hear it. Come this time, they're turning 52-second laps, so they will have 52 seconds to get onto pit road and get back off of pit road before potentially Kyle Larson, who will be the leader of the race, gets back around.
You saw Ty weaving on the back straightaway. He was saying, hey, look, I'm getting ready to pit. But the 42 of Larson, he didn't care. He went in and passed him, but you could see the signal out of the window. Hey, I'm getting ready to pit. He was trying to let him know by swerving, I'm getting ready to pit. Larson wasn't dealing with it. He went in and passed him.
Kyle Larson, the new leader at Indianapolis, as the 3 peels off and will make his way onto pit road. 55 miles per hour on pit road.
And Nick Harrison, the veteran crew chief, he understands the risk of by staying out too long. He calls the 3 in as soon as they know they can make it on one more stop.
A long pit road.
Easy to get drawn into speeding. This long pit road. Cars are only 60 feet to his right side, going upwards of 180 miles an hour.
Pit road is 2,515 feet long. Dave.
Ty Dillon for the start of the race has called his car tight. That's why you see the wrench going over, and in the hands of the tire carrier, a track bar adjustment for him. Sunoco fuel going in, that's most important. He'll also get 4 Goodyear tires. He'll give up the lead, all that track position, and then work the backward strategy from here on.
So here we go.
One red.
One red. You can't speed. This strategy works. You cannot have a mistake. But here's the difference about Indianapolis. The 3 has to use the access roads on turn 1 and turn 2. You see the 42 of Kyle Larson right here, entering turn 1 at speed. The access road isn't necessarily a completely bad thing, though. You see it to the left of Kyle Larson. That's the access road. It's a shorter distance. So when Kyle Larson comes off turn 2, way out in the distance, we should see the 3 car on the backstretch clearly, what is he, half a backstretch, maybe 7-8 seconds ahead of the leader.
So is this the right strategy? If we stay, now a caution could come out and Ty Dillon would feel pretty good. Well, it might be a little early since the other group were on pit road around lap 14 or lap 27 with Kyle Busch, who's moved all the way up to second already. Or excuse me, third already.
Yeah, I think the big question mark is what are tires worth? Because what I see out of Kyle Busch right here as he tries to get around the 7 and Regan Smith, the 7 looks like he's pitting. He's shaking it back and forth. I question if he isn't out of fuel. He pitted, though, I think, at lap 14, so I don't think he's out of gas. This is the 7 just jumping on the strategy with the 3. They know they have to pit now because they have to stay close to the leader. My concern is he was a little ways behind the 42. He cannot lose a lap when he blends. Mike.
And Steve, you're spot on with the strategy. Although last time they were down pit road, they did right sides only. Expect a 4-tire change here on the 7 car. Regan has been radioing in saying he's been loose, especially in traffic. They'll also make a track bar adjustment, trying to adjust that chassis to help him a little bit when he gets up on cars. Now, a little bit slow stop here on the left side. They finally complete it, but not before 18 seconds elapse.
When you have this strategy, you cannot make mistakes, especially where he was. The leader has a little bit of cushion to make a mistake, but when you're where he was and you make a mistake, whether it's the driver or the pit crew, it puts you in a bad position. He is going to lose the lead lap because of that mistake.
Oh, Jason Burdett, the crew chief for Regan Smith, has got to be furious because when you're running the calculator, you're figuring a 15-second pit stop. Luckily for him, Kyle Larson likes this strategy. They're going to jump on with him. That's going to save the 7 from losing a lap.
Well, Kyle Busch was running second, and he was closing the gap, so it's going to be a little bit closer than most would think. Marty.
Well, Mike Chipletand is kind of forced here. They could have stayed out a little bit longer because he was in the group that hit it at lap 14 for a Kyle Larson a little too tight on exit. You see the wedge adjustment and 4 tires, Mike.
Brendan Gaughan has been saying his car's been a little bit tight. Last time down pit road, he did right sides only, a 4-tire change here. They'll also make a chassis adjustment and an air pressure adjustment for Gaughan.
So now the race off of pit road, and to get back in front of race leader Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, I know he didn't want to give up his track position, but his crew chief stuck to his guns. I love that. Stuck to his plan, came, took 4 tires and fuel with a little bit of luck, pretty good fuel mileage, perhaps is in a 1-stop window. So now he's putting pressure on all these guys right here that just pitted, because it's great to pit and come out in front of the 54 Kyle Busch, but now you're going to have to be fast enough to stay there. And we see in the bottom of the screen, Brendan Gaughan is just blending off pit road, and here comes Kyle Busch. What a move from 10th to 1st in 6 laps.
And there's Regan Smith in front of Brendan Gaughan. As you said, he got saved because the team that was leading the race, they decided to go on that same strategy as well and did not put the 7 of Regan Smith a lap down.
Let's listen into the 54. They continue to talk about strategy on the radio.
What's the strategy going on there? We got guys we're working through now stayed out, so we got the freshest tires of the bunch by a good bit. So just keep doing what you're doing. They're shorter on fuel than us too. I don't think they can do it in one.
I like the question from Kyle Busch. I don't love the answer. I think the answer's a little open-ended. Kyle Busch is a veteran driver. Kyle wants to know fuel strategy. He knows his tires are good. He knows his car is good. He's looking at, we talked about last week, miscommunication on what we're going to do on pit road. This week, whether we're going to pit or not. Right here, that was a very specific question. What Kyle Busch is looking for there is, hey, we can make it a 1 more stop. We're good on fuel. We're not good on fuel. How hard to drive the race car? While he did answer the question, I don't think it's the information Kyle Busch was looking for.
Quickly, is it the right strategy right now? Can they do it on 1 more stop?
I love the strategy. I think these guys are on a winning strategy here at Indy.
Let's see who's topping the Xfinity speed charts. Kyle Busch, lap over 176 miles per hour. Second lap of the race. Eric Jones, his teammate Daniel Suarez, they're the top 3 speeds in this race up to this point. Kyle Busch, the race leader, as he's trying to reel in the 62 of Brendan Gaughan, who came onto pit road at lap 38, trying the strategy of coming a little bit earlier, making it a one-stop race.
Yeah, if we were to put Brendan Gaughan a lap down, that would completely mess the strategy up.
That's right.
62 and Brendan Gaughan. You've got, when you make this strategy, you've got to have enough speed to stay in front of the leaders. So Brendan Gaughan is racing for his life right now. He's acting like this is for the race lead, because if the 54 Kyle Busch puts him a lap down, he's got big trouble.
Ty Dillon started the strategy. He's running 28th. Other drivers followed suit, like Kyle Larson, who's running 24th now. But Marty, a little issue maybe with the tires that came off that car.
Exactly right. Remember earlier we talked about Elliott Sadler saying his car was a 10 out of 10 tight. They took those tires off of Elliott Sadler's car. He had some very small cording. These came off of Kyle Larson's car. This is the left front. That is not small. That's a lot of cording. The underneath of the tire actually coming through and wearing through. Now in their defense, those had been on the race car the entire run, all 39 laps when Kyle Larson came in. But I'm wondering, Steve, how worried are you about that when you see that as your left front tire and that was a full fuel run?
Well, Marty, I'm concerned because, as you said, they decided to take right side tires, but what that's now telling me is I'm going to have to take left side tires again before the end of the race. There's no way I'm going to be able to stretch these tires. So, and to be honest, it's very hard to fix that on the left front tire, because that damage is actually done down the straightaways. As odd as this may sound, when it goes down in the corner, the tire kind of gets drugged flat, and it doesn't hurt the tire as much. But going down the straightaways without the load of the corners, the outside of the tire just rides on the racetrack, wearing it out. But without a doubt, that's something that they've put themselves in a box now with the setup that's hurting that left front tire. They're going to have fresher left side tires before we get to the finish.
Daniel Suarez once again reeling in second place. This time it's Ryan Blaney in the 22 that's in front of him.
And all of these guys right here, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Blaney, they are racing one another, but they're also racing the strategy, because they all pitted at lap 27. That's with 73 laps to go. If you break that down at 36 and 37 or 38 and 35, there's a couple different ways you can try to get there, but all of those windows seem a lap too long to me. They can't run that far on fuel, is what I mean by the windows being too long. So while they're racing each other here, Daniel Suarez is probably thinking about fuel. Ryan Blaney's thinking about fuel. So this is a track, there's a tremendous amount of wide open throttle. It's really hard to save fuel, but if you can just save a little now with the race not on the line, it might help you when you get farther into it.
And that fuel window again that we touched on earlier,
it's 34 to 37 laps.
Okay.
But you got to ask yourself, and you see right here Kyle Busch's lap, Brendan Gaughan, 34 to 37 laps. You talk about a 3 or a 4 lap window, you got to remember that's a 10-mile opening. 4 laps at Indianapolis is 10. You can get to downtown and back with as much fuel as one car could run longer than the other.
Kyle Busch has passed Brendan Gaughan, putting him a lap down.
Now he sets his sights on Regan Smith. I'm sure there, and you see Daniel Suarez here has finally got a run on the 22 of Ryan Blaney. He pulls back in line, unable to complete the pass.
And they're closing in on a lap car. So Ryan Blaney is going to make the move to the inside. Daniel Suarez will follow behind. Differing strategies taking place in Indianapolis. don't miss a race. Visit NASCAR.com/calendar to download the official 2015 season schedule, get free race reminders, and find out all your broadcast information. Kyle Busch in front of the field, 51 laps complete, and Kyle Busch working to get by some of the lap traffic also.
Yeah, we talked a lot about these different strategies. You can see Regan Smith in a black 7 car tries to put a big block on Kyle Busch, trying to come put him a lap down. Kyle Busch does not want to get beaten by this strategy. So he's called Brendan Gaughan, put him a lap down. Now he's called Regan Smith and put him a lap down. Those are 2 cars that he does not have to worry about. Now, one of them can still get the free pass, but that guy's got to start at the tail end of the longest line. That guy's not going to hurt Kyle Busch.
Yeah, when we talk about racing at big racetracks, it's not always door-to-door, beating and banging that makes for good racing. When I watch this race right here, it is a 180-mile-an-hour chess game. These crew chiefs have come up with a plan, come up with a strategy. They're communicating to their drivers. Not only do they have to have a good strategy, but the driver has to be on board. All the moving parts and pieces have got to align. I look at Kyle Busch. He looks like he's in great shape leading the race. But Kyle Larson back in 17th, he has more fuel. If this race continues to run green and the 54 doesn't save enough gas, now Kyle Larson's in the catboard seat. We have no idea which strategy is going to pay off until we see when or how the cautions fall.
And also Ty Dillon, he used the same strategy of pitting on the green. He's running in 18th. He's pretty far ahead of Kyle Busch. So he's in a good spot as well. But when that last caution comes out, or if that caution comes out, that can either wipe it all out or determine which strategy is the best.
Kyle Busch in front of the field. He came to pit road on lap 27. So you're looking at lap 64, maybe another 11 laps before he'll have to come to pit road. Let's go through the field. We'll start with Kelly Stafford.
And Kyle Busch led this field to green for the 3rd straight year here at the Brickyard. Of course, we remember that miscue we've been talking about on their pit strategy, although it seems to be playing out okay now. Kyle's saying he's just a little bit loose, but the car is way better than it was on the first set. They're telling him to take care of the tires and be mindful of the fuel. Behind him is Ryan Blaney from the Team Penske. This is just his 2nd Xfinity start here, but he's doing double duty, also running with the Wood brothers on the Cup side. His crew chief, Greg Irwin, said that's a huge help. He's reporting just a little too loose off the turns. Can't get the power down, Marty.
Back there in the orange 18 is Daniel Suarez running in the 3rd position. We mentioned he finished 4th at Kentucky and 5th at New Hampshire. What's his good luck charm? The people on the left, his mom Rosie, his sister Carrie. They've been in from Mexico for the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, Indy is their last race. The team doesn't want them to go home because obviously Daniel running very well with a family in the country. They'll pit in about 10 laps, Dave.
Paul Menard will need to pit around lap 64 to make his strategy work. He's been struggling with the handling most of the afternoon, still is, says we've got it out of the track too much, is tight in the middle and free in and off. Kelly?
Eric Jones racing the oval here at Indy for the first time, but he used to race quarter midgets here in the infield when he was 7, 8, and 9 years old. He said the car is tight, then loose, then tight. It's just all over the place. Marty?
Elliott Sadler in the 6th position said the car is still way too tight for Sadler. They've turned their performance around in the last few weeks after bringing out a new style chassis in Michigan, but Sadler would love to get closer to the front. Problem is, passing very difficult. He said he can do it in the short chute, a lot tougher on the straightaways. Dave?
And a pretty impressive run for Ryan Sieg, who was behind Elliott. Chase Elliott, as we see Ryan Sieg on pit road now. Dave.
And Rick, we were going to call him in through the field because he was running 7th. A great run for the small team from Tucker, Georgia. He's a young driver with just a few guys working on his race car. The pit crew is from 3 different Sprint Cup teams, guys that just want to work on Saturday. The car's been tight all day for Ryan. They're doing a great job. They're the only pit box on pit road without covering from the sun. They're doing it old school, and he's having a good run. They will not be able to make it on one more stop, though, and that's going to be the strategy that will hurt them today, Rick.
Thanks, Dave. And back off of pit road goes the 39 of Ryan Sieg. Let's get back through the field. We'll go to where Chris Buescher's running. Marty?
Rick, let's pick up through the field with Chris Buescher, the championship leader in the Xfinity Series. They haven't had a top 10 in the last 3 races. I asked Buescher about that, and he told me really the schedule has not favored us much lately. They're very excited for Iowa next week, where Buescher obviously won the last race. Car has been loose for much of the day for Buescher. They plan on pitting in a couple of laps. They're going to go down on the track bar when they do that, Mike.
Junior Motorsports rolled out a brand new chassis this week, and it has taken a lot of work to dial it in. They had a very difficult time in practice yesterday, and today didn't start off terribly well either. Kevin Harvick was saying the car was extremely tight. They've made several adjustments on the race car. Since the last restart, he's picked up 23 spots, is moving toward the front. Meanwhile, you've got Brian Scott, who's making his way toward the front as well. He's a guy who finished second not too long ago, but there's a battle for second right now that's shaping up. Rick, looks pretty good.
Yeah, Mike. Ryan Blaney all over the back bumper of Daniel Suarez. Blaney has been able to use maybe this high drag package to close the gap on Daniel Suarez. As Suarez running in that second spot has been very strong. Now he'll try to close the gap on Kyle Busch. These two running about 4.5 seconds behind Kyle Busch now. And as we just heard from those on pit road, pit stops will be coming in about 7 laps. So closing in on green flag pit stops for our race leader, Kyle Busch. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Kyle Busch out in front. Let's take a look at today's lap leaders, brought to you by Arby's. Kyle Busch continuing to lead laps, 38. Up to this point, Paul Menard led 9. Ty Dillon looking to go back-to-back at Indy has led 8 laps. Kyle Larson 3 and Daniel Suarez 3. The strategy, will Kyle Busch be able to stay out in front? He's got to come to pit road in about 3 laps is what we're hearing. Kyle Larson, on the other hand, he came to pit road about 11 laps later. So he has a little bit of an advantage as we see Ryan Blaney coming to pit road.
Yeah, and Rick, that's a concern of mine. They pitted at lap 27. Here we are at lap 61. That's only 34 laps. From here, we have to go 38 laps to try to get to the finish. I think these teams banked on cautions to try to stretch their fuel mileage. No cautions at hand. It's going to be an uneasy feeling on top of the 22 pit box.
a long way down that pit road. Kelly.
And Ryan Blaney saying he's just way too loose off the turns. He can't get the power down like he wants to. Last time around, it was 2 right side tires for the 22. They're getting a track bar adjustment, and it looks like it will be 4 tires for the 22. And they're going to pack him full of Sunoco fuel because he's got a long way to go to make this on the last stop.
Let's listen in on the radio right before this pit stop.
So they were talking about he had a shake, a vibration. He was scared. He was scared that it was going to have some kind of problem. And that is not helping with fuel strategy. You want to stay as long as you can possibly stay. As you see at 33 on pit road now. Pitting early puts them in a really, really tough spot with fuel.
Dave.
One of the fastest cars at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway today is that of Paul Menards. He said in the last run, though, they got the car a little bit too much out of the track. There will be another adjustment this time, a change of 4 Goodyear tires, and a filling of Sunoco fuel to try to get him to the end, Marty.
Dave, Elliott Sadler for much of the day is at a tight race car. This run, however, it finally got too free. 3 times Elliott Sadler asked him for a fresh water bottle inside the car. It's hot out here, Mike.
Brian Scott's car has been swinging from tight to loose, back to tight. We'll make an air pressure adjustment here, a 4-tire change. Mike Hillman's strict order to his team, though, pack it full of fuel. Get as much in it as you possibly can, and he does in 14.6 seconds. Kelly.
And here comes Kyle Busch, who has been saying that he's just a little bit loose, so they're going to make an air pressure adjustment for him. Last time down, it was 4 tires for the 54, and once again, they're going to give him 4 Goodyear tires and as much of that Sunoco fuel as they can, Marty.
Elliott's teammate Daniel Suarez hits pit road. He said the car was very good, just a little bit tight on the exit of each corner. Can he catch Kyle Busch now? That's the question. Eric Phillips makes the call, pack it full of Sunoco fuel and no changes. Kelly?
Eric Jones saying that he's free laterally on exit. They're also going to make an air pressure adjustment for him. It will be 4 Goodyear tires and fuel for the 20.
Kelly, the championship leader, Chris Buescher, coming down pit road. He hits his stall. You see the left side tires going on. 4 Goodyear tires for Chris Buescher. The car was a little too free on exit. Down on the track bar, 1 round, Dave.
Chase Elliott and Eric Almirola both in. As for Elliott, free on either end, tight in the middle of the corner. He'll get an adjustment for that. A little bit slow, waiting for Chase Elliott, and he'll follow Almirola out down pit road. Rick?
Yeah, right in behind Eric Almirola as they come off of pit road. And again, that access road on the inside of turns 1 and 2, getting up to speed. Kyle Busch trying to hang on to the lead even with this green flag pit stop.
This is when it's vital for your crew chief to be talking to you. He needs to tell you right now, how short are we? Can we make it the entire way? Can we not? I can save fuel as a driver if I know it. But with 5 to go, if you say, hey, I need 2 laps, it's too late. You got to save fuel starting right now if you have to. So right now, the crew chief has got to be communicating with the driver.
And who is loving this green flag racing but the 42 of Kyle Larson. He chose to pit a little later than those guys. He didn't come to pit road until lap 38. So he has fuel on board. The question is, how long does he want to run? Because every lap he runs gets him better on his fuel mileage, but he takes the risk a caution could come out, Marty.
Well, and Steve, that's the game for Mike Shiplett. How long would you leave him out? I talked to Mike Shiplett a moment ago about that. He said we want to be different than the 54 and the 18 and guys like that, Kyle Busch and those guys, but not too different. We don't want to make it last too long because of what you mentioned, the concern for a caution. Mike Shiplett told me we're going to look between lap 68 and lap 70. Larson could go much further, but they're going to, in essence, short pit, trying to help themselves win this race.
That's absolutely right, Marty. They cannot risk a caution coming out because if a caution comes out, he has to come to pit road. Well, all these guys that have already pitted, the Kyle Busches, the Blaney's, Suarez, Menard, they're just going to stay on the racetrack and they're going to have him beat. He has no choice but to run this as far out as he can run it. Or actually, there's that bad mix. You have to pit, but you can't run as far as you can. You can't come too early. It's really stressful because it's up to the crew chief. Dave Burns.
Ty Dillon, who was on the stay out and then pit under green strategy, now comes in. His car was tight and then going to the loose side. As the run went on, track bar and wedge adjustment for him. He'll get 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a full load of Sunoco fuel. A lot of these teams waiting on that fuel before they leave. That's why some of the pit stops are just a tad longer. Rick?
Waiting on that fuel. 34 laps to go, we mentioned. And Kyle Larson locks the front wheels up.
4 tires, 1 round down on the right rear. We should be able to leave on both notes. Just take a quick check to head and make sure you're shaking your head.
And you guys heard the radio transmission in the car, a little bit too tight for Kyle Larson. The spotter had just told them they're talking about debris in turn 1. Normally, that's a good thing when you're leading. Not so today. That made them come to pit road immediately. Mike Chipper said, come now then, come now then. So you see the wedge adjustment going in. 4 tires for the 42 of Kyle Larson, trying to get him back out, see where he cycles out, and see if he can catch a little bit of time here on Kyle Busch. He leads the pit stall.
Track position so important as we see Kyle Larson trying to get out in front of the 54 of Kyle Busch.
And the pit stop's more than just the car sitting on pit road with the jack underneath it changing tires. The driver's responsibility is to get on pit road as hard as he can. Kyle Larson's coming in hot. He's got to lock them up to try to get down to pit road speed. Have both front tires locked up. It's okay to do that. You got to take them off anyway. A little nervous to make sure he didn't speed. Sometimes when you're locked up like that, it's hard to get a reading on your tack. So he's just trying to get all he could, getting on pit road and then leaving pit road as well.
And Jeff, when he came across the yellow line, when he came onto pit road, he kept the tires locked up because he was going too fast when he got to that commitment line. But he wanted to make sure he slowed down enough before he got to the next loop on pit road.
Remember, the speed on pit road is a distance over time. So there's a start of the pit road, and then there's a loop. So you go from one line to the next. Through that time, the average of your speed is what counts. It's not top speed. So if you come in hot, you can get slowed down to get your average speed lower. So when you cross that timing line, you're legal. So the key, sometimes you see drivers overslow the car because they know they came on too hot. He tried to get slowed down so he didn't speed in that first segment.
Race leader Kyle Busch came to pit road on lap 64. Let's listen into their radio once again.
Let me know how those fuel numbers looked at you. All good to the end. We are all good. We got a 7.5 second lead. We're just saving for extra green, white checkers. We're good.
All good. With a lot of confidence right there. Wow.
This is Eric Jones. He's got some damage to the right side. I believe he got into the wall. We ride along with him. Let's take a look. A lot of damage to the right side of that car. And the caution has come out. They're saying potentially fluid. Here's what the 20 looked like.
Real free getting in the corner. I don't know if he got into the fluid there they're talking about with the caution. Got in the wall really hard, a lot of damage. But you can see him just having to chase the car up the racetrack. Finally ran out of room, hit the wall really solid. Right at the end of the safer barrier, which is to me the hardest spot to hit.
Stay with me here. Here's good out the back.
A lot of damage on that car.
Eric Jones had been running up in the top 5, and now with a lot of damage to the right side, he's on pit road. We'll be back for the restart. just 3 cautions through 71 laps of 100 scheduled from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Is still waiting to go 2 by 2, and also wondering if people will come to pit road.
Well, there are absolutely going to be some that come to pit road. This caution couldn't came at a better time for Regan Smith, Brendan Gaughan. There were some guys that were looking to run out of fuel, stretching it as far as they could. This caution saved them, kept them on the lead lap. Regan Smith is running 6th, Brendan Gaughan running 9th. Kyle Busch is in the toughest decision. What does he want to do? Does he want to stay out or not? Because he made tires look like an advantage earlier. But when I look at 4th, 5th, 6th on back, if I'm Paul Menard, Elliott Sadler, I'm pitting, getting fresh tires, and trying to get advantage on the 54.
How about Ty Dillon, who's just behind Kyle Busch but a lap down? So if Kyle Busch comes to pit road, Ty Dillon stays out. He gets his lap back potentially and is in good position because he can make it on fuel once he came to pit road at lap 66.
That's correct. He'll get the pass around, but he'll have to be the last car. He'll start last as opposed to starting the longest. The end of the car is 1 lap down. I mean, I'm sorry, the end of the car is on the lead lap. So big difference between starting at the back of the pack and the end of the first cars. But obviously, the 54 didn't pit, so you see the 3 car getting the free pass right now. He'll come all the way around the racetrack. He'll start last in the field, but on the lead lap.
This racing has brought up a lot of great questions. Let's go to our Toyota Camry on-track car. And Jeff, you were behind the wheel of this car here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, well, you can see what I was doing here. I was messing with the fans. We saw the left front of Kyle Larson's car earlier. The inside edge was worn out. You could actually see the treads in the inside edge. What I was doing was turning the brake fans on just to blow air through the brake rotors and ultimately cool the tires. So a lot of ways to tune a race car, even with without the pit crew working on it. Some of it the driver can do, some of it helps, some of it doesn't have a lot of impact.
Yeah, and some of these race teams not only have fans on the brakes, but they also have fans on the tires. Those are all the details we talk about. The guy like Kyle Busch, how is he going to continue to have an advantage? Keep working those switches, cool those tires off.
Restart coming up next. Gorgeous shots today. Our aerial coverage provided by our partners at Smithfield Foods. NFL football returns in 2 weeks. The Steelers and the Vikings in the Hall of Fame game on Sunday night, August 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern. It all leads up to NFL kickoff, September 10th, only on NBC. Another thing that is riding on this race is the Dash for Cash. 4 top points eligible finishers from the May race in Dover are eligible for the Xfinity Dash for Cash promotion here in Indianapolis. It's Regan Smith, Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, and Brendan Gaughan. They are competing for the $100,000 bonus in the Xfinity Dash for Cash promotion. Now, the highest finisher among the 4 Indy Dash for Cash qualifiers, along with the top 3 points eligible drivers, they don't have to include the Dash for Cash winner, qualify for Bristol in August, with the winner earning the $100,000 bonus. Regan Smith, he remains in the running to receive a $600,000 bonus and claim $1 million overall as top finisher in Dash for Cash races.
Jeff, a little strategy here. We saw Paul Menard earlier take the top. We saw some other guys make the top work. Kyle Busch has been on the bottom for every restart, and now as the leader of the race, he chooses to start on the outside. What are you thinking?
Yeah, he's taking the outside. We've seen the outside working the last 2 restarts. So Kyle Busch said, you know what? I've learned by watching. I'm going to take the outside.
Marty.
Before we go green, let's check in with Eric Jones, who had been in the top 5. He ran it in the wall. What happened?
I just lost it. It's going to happen. You're going to lose them in racing sometimes. And, it's just kind of a manifestation of the package and the car we had today. Just not quite enough speed, and I was trying to get too much out of it. So, it's going to happen. It's unfortunate we couldn't end our day well, but just didn't have the speed those guys had up front. So we'll keep building and bring something better back next time.
Rick, as he told me, I was just trying to make something happen.
I like a race car driver that would just say, you know what, I messed up. I was trying hard. I lost it. I like that. No excuses. Just own up to it, learn from it, and move on.
Very impressive young man there. Eric Jones got his ride because he was able to beat Kyle Busch in a race, the Snowball Derby. Kyle Busch was so impressed, he hired him. He said, I want you to drive for Kyle Busch Motorsports.
Now let's see if Kyle Busch can make this outside. This will be a big restart. With only 26 laps to go, this could be the move for the race.
Kyle Busch on the outside. Ryan Blaney on the inside. 25 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. Ryan Blaney through turn 1 takes the lead away from Kyle Busch. A year ago, Kyle Busch lost the lead on the final restart with 24 laps to go, and he ended up losing the race to Ty Dillon.
Yeah, picked that, like we talked about, he picked the outside, and that was a risky move, but the last 2 runs that it worked. But a little bit different this time. We saw the restart. Everybody was lined up. They went into turn 1, pushing. See Suarez making a move on Menard.
And Elliott Sadler in the 1 just behind Paul Menard, trying to give him a push into turn 1. And now he's going to duck down low, see if he can take the spot away. Here comes Elliott Sadler. Elliott Sadler fighting for that 3rd spot. And smoke coming out of Ryan Reed. He gets all the way down to the apron.
43, keep digging. 1 more outside.
Ryan Reed saves it, and we stay green.
They have to be concerned in that 16. They're going to have to ask him about his temperatures. When you get low at Indianapolis, you can get in the grass. That grass can cover the front grille, and it can overheat quickly.
And not only you, the cars behind you can get covered over the grass too, as we still see these guys battling. The restart's got them all bottled up. Everybody's racing for position.
Regan Smith able to get by Daniel Suarez now. Here comes Chris Buescher in the 60. Looking to the inside of Paul Menard in the 33.
There's Kevin Harvick behind him in the black car, the black 88 Morton car. He's in the mix.
Things are picking up. 23 to go. 2 wide into 1 and 2. A little bobble by the 60 of Chris Buescher. No contact made, but he loses positions as Eric Almirola in the 98 looks to the inside of Chris Buescher.
We haven't heard much from Kevin Harvick today. He's run uncharacteristically bad in an Xfinity race, but here he is with 23 to go, battling for a top 5.
Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, all these guys came and got tires at lap 72. Regan Smith up in the 4th position. He also came and got tires. You have to wonder if if that 4 or 5 lap fresher tires are helping these cars start to rotate towards the front.
Here comes Kyle Larson in the 42 to the inside of the 60. Chris Buescher, the points leader, coming into Indy. Ryan Blaney has the lead over Kyle Busch by about 0.2 of a second. Elliott Sadler running third. Regan Smith is fourth. Daniel Suarez top 5. Here comes the 2 of Brian Scott. He's going to get by the 60. Buescher fighting back on the outside. Brian Scott not able to complete the pass yet. Little sideways. Can he catch it? Brian Scott saves it. Chris Buescher able to hold on to that spot, and now Brian Scott drops back a few more positions.
That was big. That was a great save. Unbelievable. Really, he was as sideways you can be without wrecking. Good job.
Ty Dillon continuing to move to the front in the 3. A winner here at this racetrack 1 year ago. Out in front, the 22 of Ryan Blaney trying to hold off the 54 of Kyle Busch. The gap still 1.6 seconds between these two.
Ryan Blaney's doing an excellent job of just not making mistakes, driving out the front windshield, not looking in the mirror. He knows Kyle Busch is back there, but there's nothing he can do about it. He's to run his lane, enter the corners, not overdrive a corner, Jeff, and give him the position.
And with this package, you can see Kyle Busch pull up to him at the end of the straightaway. It takes him the entire straightaway to get there, so Blaney's going to have to be looking in his mirror. If Busch ever comes off close to him, Blaney might have to put a big block on. So a lot like Daytona and Talladega down the straights here, you're going to be spending a tremendous amount of time looking in your mirror, determining if you need to make a block. Got a lap car that we've seen that all day. Lap cars have been a factor. Catching them at the right time is what's so important.
Kyle Busch twice has really chose the wrong line when trying to go by lap traffic. We'll see if this time Ryan Blaney can choose the right line to try to stay in front of Kyle Busch. He's got Ross Chastain in the 4 just in front of him.
Worked out about as good as you could hope.
He'll have to make the decision now. He will move to the inside of Ross Chastain to get by him. Will Kyle Busch have enough time to get by him before they get to 1? He does get to the inside and clears Ross Chastain as they go into 1. Under 20 laps to go. 19 remaining at the Brickyard for the Xfinity Series. Ryan Blaney in front. Kyle Busch chasing. Elliott Sadler, Daniel Suarez, and Regan Smith all in the top 5. 19 to go. Welcome back. Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch running 1-2. When we went away to commercial break, it was the same. The gap the same. Ryan Blaney holding off Kyle Busch lap after lap. But Kyle Busch continues to look like he's learning. Every lap he looks like he's learning from Ryan Blaney. Where can I get an advantage over this young driver?
This is the closest he's come off of either 4 or turn 2 to him. Let's see if he can use that draft to get up next to him.
And Blaney knew it because as soon as he came off turn 4, he went to the bottom of the block.
Very close as they enter turn 1.
We've seen this constant back and forth. We've seen the 54 just like that get close to him and lose the race car, leaving the corner. And then Blaney gaps him, gets it back a run on him. Now we're going to see it again. Kyle Busch is going to use a draft, pull up to him and down the back straightaway, try to get close to him. It's going to take him a couple laps to get back to him. But the draft's not allowing him to pass him. But what it is doing, it's allowing him to pull up closer and closer and closer. So Kyle Busch is ultimately just got to find a way to be close to him, leaving the corner, and then get right behind him, getting into the corner to try to get him loose and mess up Blaney. So that's what we've seen over and over and over. This package is working, but it's not quite enough draft to suck him all the way back up.
So instead of trying to get on the inside of him when he goes into 1 or 3, you think he needs to get right on his back bumper and maybe take the air off of that spoiler and get Ryan Blaney loose?
Well, I think whatever he can do. I think if he can turn left and get below Blaney, and not even if it's beside him, he could just get below him and kind of pack the air next to the 54, next to the 22 car, that will make it where Blaney can't turn into the corner. So same thing we saw last week. Blaney got loose leaving the corner, and Busch was able to pull up on him right here. And we have a lap car.
It's all about timing. You know, Kyle has to time this run. Now this is going to be bad timing for catching this lap car right on corner entry. The lap car gives up, gives them a clear racetrack on corner entry. But what Kyle needs to do is time the run. He needs it right here off turn 4. He needs to be just far enough back that his car will turn, not be so close that he loses the air, but close enough that he can attack at the end of the straightaway. And it seems like he can put to his rear bumper, but can't quite get inside.
He's been able to close the gap in corners 1 and 3. The problem is there's short straightaways there. It's not enough to pull him back up. When he gets to 4 and 2, leading on to the long straightaways, it looks like Busch has a problem keeping his car on the bottom of the racetrack, and Blaney's able to gap him leaving the corners, and Busch can't pull back to him on the straight. So even right here, see how far out of the groove the 54 is? That's all because there's no air behind the 22, and the 54 of Busch is trying to push his car to go fast. There's no air there, so he lost the line, and now Blaney's gapped him.
And that's the furthest we have seen Kyle Busch fall behind the 22 of Ryan Blaney. Just 13 laps to go from the Brickyard. Ryan Blaney in front. You're watching NASCAR Xfinity Series Lilly Diabetes 250 on NBC. Out in front, Ryan Blaney. Blaney has led 15 laps. Most importantly, he took the lead away from Kyle Busch. As we look at our Toyota driver update, Kyle Busch running second, Daniel Suarez third, J.J. Yaley 18th. As we wind down, just 9 laps to go. Ryan Blaney with a 6/10 second lead over Kyle Busch.
It's really all coming down to lap cars, where Ryan Blaney's catching lap cars. He had stretched it up to almost a second over Kyle Busch, but they got some heavy traffic through turn 2. Kyle Busch has closed back in a little bit.
I want to take a listen to the radio communication. We'll start with Ryan Blaney.
Kyle is backing off to cool his stuff down for a last little in there. Look at that. He is too. Keep doing what you're doing. Grab whatever draft you can. Get that right front underneath you. We'll be ready to go to work again. We'll get to them. We'll get to them lappers.
Yeah, that's the game that are played. These drivers are so smart. They're not just running as hard as they can run all the time. The 54's decided to, or the 22's opinion of the 54 is that he's backing up, let the tires cool a little bit, staying close enough that he can attack, but staying reasonably close. It's that balance, right, Jeff? You don't want to give up any time, but if you just stay on his rear bumper consistently, you'll beat your stuff up, and it seems like never have a chance.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you have to push hard. I mean, but at the same time, if you keep going and going and going, you're not making any ground. You're just killing your tires. So, you know, sometimes it's best to back up and then go run again. But when he backed up, he hadn't been able to come again. He hasn't been able to find a way to find that speed. And listen, if you're Blaney in the 22, this is what you dream about. You're in Indy, and you got Kyle Busch that you've got to beat. These are the opportunities you hope you get. So I've seen, and we've all seen Blaney grow, become a better and better race car driver. This is the opportunity he's wanted for a long time. I believe he can get it done.
And he always do it for 7 more laps.
How about beating the guy who's the best in Xfinity Series ever? 71 wins for Kyle Busch. No one has come close to him in wins. And there's Roger Penske, the captain, watching as Ryan Blaney has a 9/10 of a second lead over Kyle Busch.
Well, no one's owned Indianapolis quite like Roger Penske in the IRL series, IndyCar series. Now here we are with the 22, has the lead with 7 to go. Marty?
And Steve, he would love to stay undefeated at Indianapolis this year. Obviously, Juan Pablo Montoya winning the Indy 500. He would love to win here this afternoon. And you talk about Ryan Blaney's heritage. Think about his grandfather, Lou, a terrific dirt racer in the Midwest. His dad, Dave, of course, his Uncle Dale. And I saw his dad, Dave, last weekend. I said, how are you managing all this with your son? He said, you know, I pick my spots. It's difficult not to speak up when I want to all the time, because if I said everything I wanted to say, he wouldn't talk to me very often. But he did say one thing a couple of weeks ago. He had a very poor restart in the Truck Series race. He pulled him aside on Monday at home afterwards, said, you can't do that again. Here's what you have to do right. Guess how Ryan Blaney got the lead today? On a restart, beating one of the best in the world at restarts, Kyle Busch. If he wins today at the Brickyard because of that restart, I think a thank you to Dad is in order.
Yeah, his dad's a really good race car driver. Was in this series, was in the Cup Series for a long time. You know, and Blaney's a young man I've watched race since he was about 10 years old. From the day I saw him race, he was very smooth, very fast, smooth, smart, and that's what he's been. Every step they put him in, he's excelled. He's done good no matter what race cars they put him in, no matter what series, no matter how much experience he's done, he's been good at it right off the bat.
And he gets a little bit of a block there by one of the lap cars. That's Cale Conley in the 14. Slowed the momentum down as they were going through the turns. Under 5 laps of racing to go. Ryan Blaney looking for his 3rd Xfinity Series win.
Yeah, let's don't give him this win yet, because I'm going to tell you right there, the driver of that 54 car, you know, he picked the outside on the restart and he got beaten. So he's working hard to try to get that back. He made the decision. Nobody else. He made it. He's got to go fix it. The only way to fix it is to go get by the 22 and win the race.
This is deja vu for Kyle Busch. It was a year ago. 24 laps to go on the restart. He chose the outside. Ty Dillon got the inside. Now we fast forward 1 year. He chooses the outside on the final restart. Ryan Blaney starts to the inside. He gets the lead. And now Ryan Blaney just 4 laps away from the win at Indy.
And the best thing Ryan Blaney sees right now is no lap cars in front of him. He has almost the entire straightaway clear in front of him. He's going to be able to do all of this work on his own, make his own decisions, pick his own lane. That's going to be a big difference in this race, not having to go through lap traffic.
The gap has closed, though, between Blaney and Kyle Busch. It's 3/4 of a second.
We heard the 22 say the 54 is going to go back. Cool as stuff. He's going to make one more run. Well, with 4 to go, if he's going to make a run, he needs to start now.
Coming out of turn 4. And on the straightaway once again. This time by, it will be 3 to go from Indianapolis. Ryan Blaney hoping to outduel the 54 of Kyle Busch and get the win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kyle could get to his bumper, couldn't make the pass, couldn't complete the pass.
Just pay attention to your front windshield. Don't even look in the mirror. Just let your spotter tell you where the other car is. Give him an interval. That's what I always like. I just like to know how far the guy is behind me. I don't even want to look. Oh, caught him in a really bad place. Caught the lapper in a terrible place.
Just as I said, he had no lap traffic. They're running so quick, they run the 70 down, catch him right in the middle of the corner.
Now Kyle Busch has a chance. Lap car slowing down Ryan Blaney. Here comes Kyle Busch.
The lap car, Derek Coe, he needs to slow down on the straightaway. He needs to give the leaders. There's time to get that slowed on the straightaway and give the leaders the room to pass. There's no need in running a leader into the corner like that.
Less than 2 laps to go. Ryan Blaney in front of Kyle Busch. The gap just 0.4 of a second when they cross the stripe.
Protect the bottom down back.
The spotter letting him know, protect the bottom down the backstretch.
Catching that lap car is raise the intensity. Now Blaney's got to protect a little bit. The best way to protect, though, the best defense is a good offense. So he's got to stay on point and just try to make good lap time.
We've talked all weekend long about how finicky the racetrack is, how tough these 4 individual corners are. And with this package, it's all about momentum, this high drag package. One bobble out of the 22 and the 54 will be there.
This time by, the white flag will go in the air one more time around. Ryan Blaney just in front of Kyle Busch. The gap closed to 3 car lengths. Down the short chute through 1 and 2. And now the long back straightaway. Kyle Busch closing the gap. Down the backstretch they go. He blocks.
Blaney misses
Here comes
mark.
Kyle Busch.
Blaney misses mark in 3 and 2. They open the door for Kyle Busch in a 54.
Clear right now, clear right now, clear right now. Don't jack your entry up. Get up there, hit it.
Kyle Busch with an amazing pass down the backstretch. He's won here before in 2013. With a half a lap to go, Kyle Busch passes Ryan Blaney, and Kyle Busch is going to win at Indianapolis.
Great job, great driving, bud. Unbelievable. Good job, guys. You guys had an awesome car today. I can't believe we keep getting Kyle Busch cautions right out of these things. I'm glad I brought it back for y'all. You deserve it. You guys got it. It's hot.
We talked about how difficult this track is and how it's all about momentum. It didn't take but a small bobble, and the 54 was there. He was a veteran driver. He rode in the back a little, cooled his stuff, and he was there when it mattered.
Yeah, it all started a few laps before that. Blaney had a good lead. He caught a lap car, getting into turn 3. The lap car gets really slow. You see the 70 gets really slow. Blaney's got to go around him on the outside. This is where I think the 70 has got to slow down on the straight. He sees the leaders coming. Give them either slow way down, get completely out of the way. You don't want to be involved in this race. And then Blaney missed turn 2, opened the door for Kyle Busch. So the lap car presented an opportunity for Kyle Busch, but at the end of the day, Blaney just missed his mark, didn't quite hit what he needed to do, provided Kyle Busch an open, and Kyle took it.
Yeah, I mean, that move right there, you see the 22 has a lead, and he misses the bottom. He doesn't get down below the white line. It's only 18 inches or 2 feet, but that's all it takes. That makes you 4, 5, 6 feet too high on exit. You have to get out of the gas. Kyle Busch, I mean, he knows how to do burn else. He knows how to win races. He knows how to capitalize on mistakes. Unfortunately for Ryan Blaney, he made a mistake, and Kyle Busch did capitalize.
Listen, Ryan Blaney is a really good young race car driver. He just made a mistake. He'll learn from it. He'll be better. Getting over it will take a long, long time. But when you make a mistake like that, you just have to, your heart broke, but you just got to learn from it and move on.
Remember the year that Kyle Busch has had. It started at Daytona in the Xfinity Series when he broke his leg and his foot in a terrible crash on the inside wall at Daytona. He's bounced back, and now he gets the iconic win at Indianapolis in the middle of the season. Dave.
And Rick, pressure on this guy, Chris Gale, who took over as Kyle Busch's crew chief this year in the Xfinity Series. You've won at Indianapolis. What are you thinking right now?
It's unbelievable. It hasn't sunk in yet. You know, thought we had the best car all day, and then I was worried, okay, we lost it on the restart there. Are we going to get this back? And I know he dogged him, but it's why you don't give up. You just never know. There's lap cars. There's lots of reasons to get back in it, and he just took advantage of that opportunity. It's incredible. There isn't a bigger one for me than this one personally.
Chris Gale, the winning crew chief here today with Kyle Busch. Mike.
And Ryan Blaney just climbing from his race car, hot, tired, perhaps a little dehydrated, but certainly a little disappointed by the way things played out in that last lap. What happened on that last lap with the lap traffic and the pass with Kyle Busch?
I messed up too, and he got to run on us. It's my fault. Everybody at Team Penske did a great job of giving us a good car to drive from 11th to the lead, and had it won, and driver gave it away.
Obviously, a very disappointed Ryan Blaney. We'll leave him alone with his thoughts right now as he collects them here on pit road.
It was in his sights. The white flag flew. He was in front. That's one where you, as you guys both mentioned, you have to hit your marks. You have to put together a perfect lap, especially with a guy like Kyle Busch, who is so good in the Xfinity Series, right on your back bumper.
Well, and it says a lot about the young man that he doesn't even mention the lap traffic. He lost a tremendous amount of his lead by catching lap traffic, but you didn't hear him mention it one time. I know he's disappointed, but he put it onto his own shoulders about a mistake in turn 2. That is a perfect example of why this young man will win a bunch of races. They're just going to start following his way.
From the dejection of Ryan Blaney to the elation of Kyle Busch. We'll celebrate with him in Victory Lane when we come back. It's the second time that Rowdy Kyle Busch has won at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Xfinity Series. The team celebrating while he was doing burnouts on the front stretch. Now he's made it to victory lane, Kelly.
And it's the second time he's won this race, Rick, from the pole position. But at first it was certainly looking like it could have been a case of deja vu for Kyle Busch. Almost looked like it was going to be a replay of what happened to you last year, Kyle, when you got passed on the last restart. You pulled it off in the 11th hour. How'd you get around Ryan Blaney there at the end?
I just got close enough to make him mess up and made him get tied off two, and then I was able to capitalize underneath him with him losing his momentum off of two and being able to get under him. So can't say enough about Chris Gale, all these guys on this Monster Energy Camry. It was the class of the field. We should have won this thing going away, but I guess we had to make it exciting. Kyle Busch cautions will always save a nationwide race or Xfinity race, whatever. So can't say enough about Toyota, TRD, Xfinity, and hopefully that was an exciting down to the last lap for the fans.
2 wins now in 5 Xfinity races. You've won 3 of the last 4 Cup races. Have you ever hit a stride quite like this in your career?
No, and it's going to be a long recoup tonight, so certainly this is just hot. This drag package, all we're doing is trying to get all the drag built out of the cars now, and we got no driver cooling or anything like that, so it's hot.
It's hot, but now he has reason to celebrate. He's a winner here again at the Brickyard, Marty.
Regan Smith, a winner today, too, because he wins $100,000 in the Dash for Cash program. And you had to work hard to get that at the very end of the race, didn't you?
Yeah, we had to. We had to work hard all weekend. We weren't where we wanted to be with speed with the clean coal Chevy. And my guys, they dug hard. We tried a lot of stuff and never quite got it there, but they got me in the track position at one point. We caught a break with the cautions. I was doubting Jason a little bit at one point, and it worked out good. And we were able to have a good restart, get up front, and get a little bit of clean air. I was so loose at the end that I was trying to hold him off as best as I could. And we're not happy with how we did it, but we definitely want to keep taking Xfinity's money and go on to Bristol with a chance to do that. And if 8th place gets it done, and we'll take that, we'll go to Bristol with it.
And you're still eligible for $1 million as well. And I'm sure the further you go into this, the more you start to think about that, don't you?
We keep getting to tracks that I have more confidence in as we go. So I'm excited to get to Bristol and race for it there. And these next few weeks, big swing weeks, we've made up a few points over the past couple, so we just got to keep doing that. And I know these guys will get the cars better. That's what we're good at our companies. We're going to dig in, and we're going to all work together. We're going to find a way to get back to where we need to be. And no time at all, we'll be winning races again.
And we'll bring in Matt Lederer, the Senior Director of Sports Marketing for Comcast, and he'll present you with $100,000, Regan. That works on a sweaty day, doesn't it?
That does work. I'm hot. It was warm in those race cars today, and we'll take Matt's money. We'll go to Bristol, try and take some more of his money, and it's cool. We appreciate Xfinity. It's great to have partners like them that support the series and let us come out and race every week and race hard. So thank you guys.
Cool, $100,000 for Regan Smith today, Mike.
Well, Daniel Suarez does not take home $100,000, but a rewarding run nonetheless. 3rd place here at Indianapolis. How would you assess this performance today?
It was good. Our Toyota Camry, number 18, Juniper, Harris Juniper Telcel was strong one more time. Man, we've been strong every single weekend, and that's great, but I just feel like we're getting closer and closer. For some reason, this racetrack, I feel like I adapt pretty good to this racetrack. For some reason, it was my first time ever here. And I feel like my car was fantastic. Everyone in Jockey Racing did an amazing job. I want to congratulate obviously my teammate Kyle that he won the race. He was super fast, and he's been helping me a lot as well. And man, I just feel like we're getting closer and closer. We're going to get one soon.
An incredibly special day for Daniel Suarez. His mother and his sister both here from Monterrey, Mexico to witness this fine run at the Brickyard, Dave.
Mike, with Paul Menard, who finished 4th, that's where he restarted with 25 laps to go. Why no progress on the last run, Paul?
Well, we just got hung up on the outside. I didn't get a real good restart from the get-go. I couldn't see the restart point, so I couldn't hang with Kyle through one, so then we kind of got back in traffic. But really good car. We unloaded fast yesterday, and man, I was pretty happy with the balance at the end. We just didn't quite have the speed to keep up with those guys, and getting behind the last restart hurt us.
The winner has mentioned the heat, Paul. Why is there a difference in these cars this time? Why are they hotter this time in Indy?
Well, I think it's because the back of the car is lower, the extent of the panel in the back, but there's not a lot of air movement going through the cars. They're pretty well sealed off, and it's definitely hot.
Good thing these guys are in shape, Rick. He led 9 laps today and finishes 4th. Paul Menard.
The exhaustion, once again, of all of these drivers, it seems as though
the heat played a big role in what took place today, maybe even with Ryan Blaney making a mistake. I mean, Kyle Busch looked totally exhausted.
Yeah, and it's not just the heat outside. I mean, it's somewhat of a warm day, but it's not a ridiculously hot day. But we always hear unintended consequences. Well, I believe with this aero package, both on the Xfinity cars and the Sprint Cup cars, the extension of that tail has really changed how the air is moving around in these race cars. And we've heard it all weekend, Jeff. These drivers talk about how hot the cockpits are.
Yeah, drivers talked to me a lot today about this for tomorrow's race. Remember, tomorrow's race is longer. Probably more drag in those cars than these cars, so those cars will be even hotter. So this will be a factor tomorrow as well.
A good rebound for Elliott Sadler. He's standing by with Marty.
Well, and he is exhausted. He actually was on a medical cart heading to the infield care center, I believe, just to get checked out. You okay? Because I know you had asked like 3 times, I need a bottle of water now.
Yeah, my air conditioning quit working about lap 20. So it's a hot day, and I got hot, man. About 30 to go. It's like, man, this is a lot hotter than I've been in a race car in a long time, but I had to stick it out. My guys worked too hard. Look, you covered us in practice. I mean, we went through a lot yesterday, fought a lot of demons in the car, and finally got this 1 million financial forward where it needed to be, and proud of everybody's shop. These new cars they've been giving me, for the last 5 weeks, we're coming and racing good with them. Anytime you come to Indy, get a top 5. We're proud of that. Proud of Phil. He's doing a great job, and we're happy with this finish, and I'm going to go get some fluids.
I think anytime you finish in the top 5 and the first run or maybe the second run, you say it's 10 out of a 10 tight, that's not a bad day, is it?
Yeah, we found out what it was, that we quartered the left front tire. And we did the same thing in the last run. With about 8 to go, I had a vibration. But I learned from the first run to just manage my run. I knew I couldn't run with the top 2 or 3. So we were gauging how fast we need to run off the guys behind us, trying to stay in front of them, save my left front in case there's a green right checker. Worked that for us. We're happy with the top 5. We'll take this momentum and go in to a place I've seen victory lane before, and that's Iowa. Be there next week.
There you go. And Rick, I tell you what, I think we've all known these drivers a long time. I don't think I've seen more drivers as exhausted as they are today getting out of the cars. Going to make for an interesting tomorrow, that's for sure.
Yeah, Marty, one of the things I think that plays into it is there were only 3 cautions. So if you think about that, these guys went a long time without any real breaks. I mean, working as hard as they could for, over 100 laps. It was very amazing. This was moments ago, of course, when Kyle Busch decided he was just going to sit down. He was so exhausted that he just needed to sit down, and you see Samantha there with him.
And Kyle's one of the drivers that's got to race tomorrow, so he's got to go maybe get fluids, find a way to get cooled down, get a lot of fluid in him, because you got to be fresh tomorrow. Another 60 laps going into tomorrow's race.
I want to take a look at the unofficial results. Kyle Busch gets another win in the Xfinity Series, the second here at the Brickyard.
A great rebound for Kevin Harvick. Very vocal all weekend. Disappointed with the speed of the 88 car, but they continue to fight hard, got back up to 6th.
Yeah, and Regan Smith used that strategy and got a good finish. They stayed out that one time, so it did work out for him. Ryan Scott in 11th.
Chris Buescher finished in 16th, the points leader in the Xfinity Series.
Darrell Wallace Jr. we saw early. He had a tire issue, had to stop, lost a lap there. It was definitely not the day he wanted.
As we look at the last 10, led by Landon Castle, B.J. McLeod, Peyton Sellers finishing in 35th. Now as we look at the Xfinity Series championship point standings, Chris Buescher with just a 25-point lead over last year's champion, Chase Elliott.
And there's no chase in the Xfinity Series. These guys got to accumulate points every race all year long to decide a champion in Homestead. So those 25 points you see there, Ty Dillon 30 points behind, that can go away quick, Jeff. As you know, a DNF in this new point system can lose 25 or 30 points quickly. So these guys are going to have to continue to be consistent.
And Chase Elliott, even though we haven't seen him running as well as we'd expect, he keeps chipping away. He's only 25 points out of the lead, so he's right in the middle of this thing.
How amazing has Kyle Busch's year been? I mean, he started the year at Daytona in the Xfinity race. He's the one driving the 54 as they get late in the race here. He goes to the inside wall, hits that inside wall, breaks his leg and foot in that contact.
Yeah, and then he comes back into the Sprint Cup Series. And to win this early, and not just win, but win dominantly. Goes to Sonoma, a road course, very tough, especially after the injury he had. Moves on to Kentucky, gets the win there, and why not stop it too? Moves on and wins again at Loudon. 3 wins in the Cup car already this year.
Yeah, 3 out of 4. And I had ridden him off for the championship, but he, now he's got me convinced that he can still get in the chase. And here you saw today, he took advantage of Blaney's move. Blaney made a mistake, but there he was to take advantage of it.
And you heard him. They knew. What did he say? I got close enough that he knew I was there, forced him into a mistake.
Take a look at Kyle Busch's Xfinity stats. His career, 72 wins. That leads all drivers in the Xfinity Series. 46 runner-ups, 179 top fives.
He's almost led 15,000 laps. We only ran 100 laps today. 15,000 laps in an Xfinity car. I don't think I've watched 15,000. I must have, because I've seen him in all of them. But what a dominant performance he is when he runs on Saturday.
Absolutely. And obviously, what a great performance by Kyle Busch. Now we want to hear from Ty Dillon, who had a good run today.
Top 10 for Ty. How tough was it out there today? We see a lot of guys needing a little liquid when they come out of the car today.
Yeah, this is one of the hottest races of the year already. Last year after I won the race, I couldn't even hardly celebrate because I was so exhausted. I saw Kyle kind of feeling the same way. For some reason, this place is just incredibly hot, and these cars are so sealed off around this racetrack, they don't get any air. And then we added even more to the back of them to seal them off more. So it didn't really help the race, and all we did was burn up some more drivers. But all in all, our Bass Pro Chevy was real good. We had to work for it a little bit all day. Our strategy got a little bit off. We were real close to making it happen, but just missed it. But came from 17th to 9th, had a decent points day. You hate to talk about points days, but when you blow up the first lap of practice and don't get the whole other practice session that everybody else in the field got, it was a good solid day for us. There at the end, I felt like I had the car I had last year, just didn't have the track position. But all in all, it was a good day. I'm really proud of my guys, Nick Harrison, and that's what we need going down the stretch.
Talked about how he had to start the day mentally tough. He stayed physically tough today too, Rick.
Absolutely, Dave. The one thing, as all these drivers continue to mention how difficult of a race it is, tomorrow's race is 60 laps longer here at the Brickyard. So, and that will be on NBCSN tomorrow. But what are these drivers looking forward to tomorrow as far as a grueling race?
Well, we already had the unknown with this new aero package. How's it going to draft? How's it going to handle in traffic? Now those Sprint Cup drivers, they better have watched this race. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It's going to be a long, hot day in those race cars.
A lot of them turned their air conditioning down just a little bit after watching this and probably started putting more fluids in they would have planned to.
What an incredible performance we saw out of Kyle Busch, able to get his 72nd win. Tomorrow on NBCSN at 2 p.m. Eastern, it's the Sprint Cup Series racing from the Brickyard, presented by Golden Corral. Coming up next, your local news, except on the West Coast. Tonight on NBC, starting at 8, 7 Central, Running with Wild with Bear Grylls, followed by all new episodes of Aquarius and Hannibal. 40 drivers taking on the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and in the end, it was a mishap in turn 2 for Ryan Blaney, and Kyle Busch capitalized and gets his second win at the Brickyard.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.